Some judges are going to be Steve opposite me, so that's all what counts. I'm very confident, cool, calm and collected and ready to do business.
They tend to make the underdog for some reason, like the same when I fought McMillan, Hodgkinson, you know, but it's going to bring the best out of me, you know. I'm so determined to prove a lot of people wrong, and on that day I'm going to beat him.
The Prince of Hype, Naseem Hamed, the showman who adores the limelight and the adulation. The humble featherweight king, the people's champion, Steve Robinson. Hamed's performances so far have exploded with excitement. Robinson remains unaffected by fame, modest and gentle, except in the ring. He's built himself a formidable reputation, racking up 7 successful defenses and proving a durable world champion.
And it's stopped. No count would be administered. Steve Robinson is still the WBO featherweight champion.
Rivalry between Hamed and Robinson simmered through the hot summer, but Steve stayed cool.
I'm not really bothered about Naseem. He had this moment last week, you know. It's my night tonight.
Hamed's boastings have been backed by brilliance in the ring so far, an extraordinary talent at bantamweight and super bantam, but now he seeks a first world title, fighting in a higher weight division in front of a hostile crowd in the Dragon's Den.
Steve is a very experienced world champion. He's a very good world champion. I believe he's the best featherweight in the world. I also believe in Naz. Bantamweight was an excellent bantamweight. Super bantamweight, he was exceptional. And I think if he takes it up into the featherweight division, he's going to be incredible.
I'm the man to take out Steve Robinson on the 30th, and you will see it live, exclusive on Sky.
This is the Cardiff Arms Park. On this famous ground, some of the finest sportsmen produced in Wales have excelled themselves. And tonight, an outstanding Welsh sportsman of the modern era, Steve Robinson, defends his WBO World Featherweight title for the 8th time against Prince Naseem Hamed. It's coming live and exclusive to Sky Sports.
Well, you know, it's me through and through, Gary. I'm just so relaxed. Just me all the time, because I know I'm going to be world champion.
Now, you've been holed up in a country retreat some 30 miles from here, partly because of the hostility of the crowd. That hasn't got to you at all, has it?
Not at all. I mean, they can shout as loud as they want. End of the day, it's going to give me a better buzz, and he's going to get took out in style.
Are you still going with your prediction of 4 rounds? In the week, you were paying him credit, and you have been a little bit more genial towards him, but when it comes to the fight, what's going to happen?
He's going to get stopped. He's going to get stopped or knocked out clean, believe me.
Well, he's been saying that for a while. Steve Robinson didn't need any directions to get here tonight. This career, which had such unpromising beginnings, a career in which it's all had to come the hard way, but it certainly brought Robinson great success, really beyond his wildest expectations. No secret that financially Robinson has not yet achieved what he feels he's worth or what he deserves. And that has definitely concentrated his mind, and he looks full of determination once more tonight. Robinson is a true sporting hero in South Wales, as Ian Dark has been finding out.
Like so many fighters, Steve Robinson wasn't exactly born with a silver spoon in his mouth. He grew up in one of the roughest, toughest areas of Cardiff, Ely, and success hasn't changed him a bit. He's still the same ordinary bloke and likes nothing better than to go home to visit Mum. Steve's mother is proud of him, but she has reservations about boxing and its dangers, even though it's the sport that's made him a local hero.
Wait till their noses starts getting flat and everything like that, then you'll know it.
It's like any other sport, really.
I think it's...
But while Steve's mum is no great lover of boxing, the people of Ely are all in the Steve Robinson fan club. They know how hard he's had to battle from being a £50 a week storeman in Debenhams to become champion of the world. And what they like most is he's never forgotten where he came from. Ely might be rough, but there's a camaraderie around the place.
Did you enjoy it? Well, to say Ely's, some parts is tough, I suppose, but, you know, yeah, it was pretty tough, especially for me, because I was from a one-parent family, like, you know, and, you know, I worked hard for it, like.
And in the pubs and clubs, they all think Naz will be beaten.
I hope he gets floored.
He will.
As for you, Naseem.
He will. Yeah, he will.
I'm telling you, Ely boys don't mess about. We just get on with the job and do it right.
I would say every person in Ely knows his name, and everybody in Ely is behind him for this fight.
Right from the early days as a 9-year-old at the Trelai Youth Centre, Robinson has been guided by veteran trainer Ronnie Rush.
He's always been there for me, you know, he talks to me like a father, but at the same time, he toughens me up, like, you know, he gets gets aggression in me, like, you know, and just brings the best out of me.
He tells me that you were 3 stone 8 pound, I think it was, when he first knew you.
Yeah, I wasn't a big guy, you know. I was quite small for my age, really, and you know, but I was still fighting bigger boys, you know, half a stone heavy, you know. I always used to get weight away, you know, and because I was so small for my age, but you know, I've grown to a fair weight now.
What about at school? Because you were such a good boxer, were the other kids a bit frightened of you? I bet they didn't pick on you, did they?
Oh yeah, they had a bit of respect for me because you know, I had a lot of fights at that age, and you know, my picture was on the school wall, and you know, a lot of respect for me, you know, and I usually go back after every fight, and I always show up the trophies I win. So I always go back to my school, my junior school, my high school.
This is a real-life Rocky story. For this fight, he's even trained on his honeymoon, and he intends to make Naseem pay for it.
I know he's elusive and everything, and we've been working on this kind of style. He's unorthodox, but we're very confident we can take him out.
He's elusive, but the elusives get trapped. We trapped the fox many times.
Tell us what you think's going to happen.
He's going to win. He's going to win well. I think he probably stopped him in the later rounds.
Even here in Robinson's Cardiff lair, he starts as underdog. Robbo himself couldn't resist putting £200 on himself. If he wins, it goes to charity, but the glory will go to Robinson. Be warned, the Cinderella man plans to go to the ball again tonight.
Here he is, live, getting ready to go. Not long till fight time now. Small worry for Robinson on the eve of the fight at the weigh-in. He went to the scales 4 ounces over the featherweight limit the first time, a little bit of light jogging, and he dipped under the required limit there. But it does raise the question that even Robinson admits his last 2 performances against Domingo Damigella and Pedro Faradas left something to be desired by his own high standards. So is he going to dig deep tonight and give us the Robinson of 2 and 3 years ago, or is time beginning to tell against Steve? Still a young man, only 26 years of age, but he's had some tough fights. Barry McGuigan's with us, and one of Robinson's tough fights was against Duke McKenzie. Now, Duke, first up on the weight scare.
Yeah, I am surprised, but when you look at Steve Robinson, you look at his actual physical physique, he's a very big featherweight. When you look at his physique, he's so tight. And him being 4 ounces over the weight yesterday is a psychological as from Naseem Mohammed, because it doesn't matter how many times you make the weight, after a certain period of time, your body just keeps telling you it's getting harder and harder and harder, it's getting tight to make the weight. And, you know, Steve...
No boxing. I was adamant there will be no boxing till you move away from the barrier.
Nobody, to be honest with you, is showing too much sign of moving. So we've got a bit of an impasse here between the promoter, Frank Warren, who is passing on his instructions to the MC, Mike Goodall, and the crowd, who just won't budge. So it's a bit silly, this. And there are some people, of course, I think what's happening here, there are people who've distanced of the 2 fighters here, and, well, we just wait for the action to start here, really. The build-up here has been tremendous. People are not really talking about too much else around Cardiff this week. And I think nearly all of them, all these Welsh fans, they've come to see Naseem Hamed taught a lesson. They're fed up with all his big talk and all his cocky predictions, and they don't like the way that the fight's been sold, with Naseem being talked of having a coronation night here. They're all saying, don't write off Steve Robinson. And I guess, Glenn, that they might be right. I know you yourself have a feeling that Steve Robinson might actually go ahead and shock Naseem Hamed here.
Yes, I do. I think it's a very difficult fight for Hamed. He's very confident. He's an explosive puncher. But in Robinson, we have a very good featherweight champion. He's very strong, immensely big for a featherweight. He's had some great fights. He came up to the northeast and beat John Davison, who I know is a very strong featherweight. So he's very good. He's also been in with guys like Colin McMillan, who are good boxers, and he's managed to nail them down. So he's been in with a lot of different styles of fighters, and he's beat them. So he's on a good run. He's in front of his home fans. He's got an awful lot to prove. It's a big opportunity for him. I think with all that consideration and taken in, he can be the one who comes out a winner in a tough fight.
That's Duke McKenzie and Glenn McCrory, both thinking that Robinson can cause the upset. There is a big security operation